call this EDC meeting to order. At, oh gosh, how'd that happen? 6:07. Yeah, it was Kathy's fault. Public comment, Texas Open Meetings Committee.
Do you have a quorum present?
Yes, we've got a quorum present. Kathy, I got this. Texas Open, can you not tell? Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the board from responding to any comments other than to refer the matter to a future agenda, to an existing policy, or to a staff person with specific factual information. Claims against the board or employees, as well as individual personnel, appeals are not appropriate for citizens forum. So,
consent agenda.
let's get it up. Minutes. Everybody get a chance to review minutes? Yes.
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 Any questions on the minutes?
No.
No, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
Minutes are approved. All in favor, say aye. All in favor.
Aye.
Yeah. I'm wondering what my mayor's doing back there in the back of the room.
He's texting the board members.
No, I think I have a real good idea what he's doing. All right, public hearing, 6:09. Hear evidence for or against a request by Samantha Dean, owner of Infinity Cans Mount Vernon, to provide assistance with existing business structure assistance for the business located at 102 Jackson Street, Suite 2, Mount Vernon, Texas.
We don't get to ask her questions
Not
until
right now.
later.
Right now, she's just gonna.
She's going to give her spiel, and then we'll get to ask her after the public hearing closes.
Are we on? Good morning, board. Good evening, board members. I should say that. My name is Samantha Dean. As you know, I am the owner and head bed cleaner at Infinity Tans Mount Vernon, just down the street. We are here tonight asking for your support to help us purchase another turbo bed to replace our 15-minute bed. I'm running 63 to 65 people a day through the tanning salon right now. I run 20 a day through beds 1 and bed 3. Those are my popular beds. My other bed is my stand-up bed. Those are my 3 turbo beds. My stand-up bed takes care of people that just want to use my stand-up bed, or my overflow for my 2 turbo beds that I can't schedule people from. I have to tell people on a daily basis that I don't have a room for them. So the 15-minute bed is a curved laying surface. You have to roll over in that bed. My big turbo beds are flat laying surface. You do not have to roll over. They also have fans that blow on you, make your stay much more luxurious in the bed. So 12 minutes you're in and out versus 15 minutes across the hall. With my 15-minute bed, I'm running about 6 to 10 a day through that bed. It's just not being utilized enough. So if we pull it out, put another turbo bed in that room, we'll get a lot more use out of that room. So that's what I'm asking for, is help to purchase a new one.
Thank you.
Any questions yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You can sit down, then you can read the other public hearing.
You got it?
Off?
Leave it on.
Leave it on? Okay. Got it.
Anybody else signed up for public hearing?
No, you need to read the other, right under.
Oh, hear evidence for or against a request made by Melissa Davis, doing business as Big Dog Sports and Collectibles, to provide assistance with graduated rental assistance for the business located at 111 East Dallas Street, Mount Vernon, Texas.
That would be me.
Get it done.
Yes, I'm Missy Davis. I actually own Big Dog Sports, and he works for me. This is Ronnie.
Ronnie Davis.
We are requesting rental assistance. We moved to our first location 2023, October, and surprisingly, we quickly outgrew that within probably 3 months.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was surprising. We really thought a lot of our sales would be online, but what we found is because of our location in Mount Vernon, we are the only sports card store within an hour from all directions, and it was hugely successful, which was great, but we had no space. So we have recently moved over to the right side, the east side of Dirt and Diamonds. She put the wall back up, and that was probably 6-7 times the amount of space. But with that came the rent increase, and so we are very excited about the new space, and so that is what we feel it'll be successful, but that's what the request is for, is the rental assistance. With the bigger space comes the bigger rent. We have a lot of future plans for this space. It's not just a sports card shop. We have apparel that's coming a little more geared towards sports. We also have a plan for, I don't want to be a sporting goods store, but I was looking at this little fellow back here, but we had 3 boys, and I want to keep the business here in town, and from what I'm hearing, all these parents have to go to either Mount Pleasant, Sulphur Springs, Paris, Winsboro to grab, like, what if he forgets a mouth guard or a shin guard or something, a utility item? I want to be able to have, now we'll have the space to keep those youth sports things here. Like I said, I don't think we're ready for a full-on sporting goods store, but at least if I could have some of those items available to keep that business here in Mount Vernon, that would be something we're also trying to do out of there. We're also going to be a grading card. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but people will have their sports cards and they want to send them off and get them graded. That's another business that we've already been told that we could be a regional grading center for that in our shop. We've been given permission from the card companies to do that. We also recently, 3 days ago, found out that we got granted permission to be direct with the biggest card company in the world. So that is huge. That's a game changer for us. It came at the perfect time. We are also getting people from, like I said, hour away that are regular people, and which is great about that is they all end up staying and eating here. So people come, we're a destination place. There's just a lot of really great things coming now with our shop that, and that's why we're requesting the rental.
Friday night trade nights. We're going to
Yes.
start doing that. We're working on a card show, our first ever Mount Vernon card show in the church. Eventually, I'd like to be at the Glove Factory when we get to bring in celebrities, do it over 2 days. So yeah, we've got much bigger
Yes.
plans. I don't know if I need to talk into this, but much bigger plans.
So,
So do we take questions or
no, not yet.
we go sit
In
down?
a second.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna call the end of public hearing at 6:15. Action items. Consider and act upon approval of application submitted by Samantha Dean, doing business as Infinity Tans, Mount Vernon, for existing business structure assistance. Do you mind coming back up, Samantha, just a second? So, you have come to the EDC for rental assistance in the past.
December 23.
Yep, and satisfied that.
Yes,
that
sir.
obligation. And, you had me at turbo and air blowing over me. Just so you
Hey.
know.
Those fans help.
So I want to tell you, first of all, you're just off town here, I know, and we love doing business, we love supporting businesses like yours, especially with the success that you've had. I
Thank
think
you.
that's fantastic.
Thank you.
And I really don't have anything to say other than the fact that I appreciate the fact that you've come to us before, you've satisfied that obligation, and that gives me a lot of confidence in approving this obligation as well. So,
Thanks, Mark.
yep. Anybody else?
I don't know.
Yeah, so is there a dollar amount that we're talking about, I guess?
I
So
mean,
there's multiple
it just
ways we
depends.
do-
Yes, it just depends because trying to find because I buy my turbo beds used. They're $25,000 brand new. We're not putting brand new turbo beds in this building. I can buy a used turbo bed that works just as well. All of my big beds have been bought used. So it just depends on how much I have to spend to buy one. I'm figuring I can probably find one between $5,000 and $7,000, but then I've got to pay another $2,000 to have the electrical ran to get it. So a total between $10,000 and $12,000 I'm estimating. I can't have the electrical ran until I find out exactly what bed I'm running. My bed 1 runs off a 70 amp breaker. Bed 2 runs off a 60 amp breaker. Bed 3 runs off a 65 amp breaker. It has to be run specifically for the bed that I find and purchase. So I can't just have the electrical ran and, expect it to work for just any bed. I also have to try and find a used bed. It's not exactly the best season to find a used bed. All the beds are in use. Usually the beds that I buy from bigger salons that are replacing beds every 5 years. So they're not usually doing that during the busy season, which is what we're in now. So I'm estimating a new bed between $5,000 and $7,000. I have to buy a new mini split to have it installed because I cannot put another bed in there without adding air conditioning into that room. That room is off by itself. I have a mini split in room 3, and then I have a big central air unit. So we have 2 air conditioners running right now full time, but I can't add another big bed without adding more air conditioning. And then I have to have the electrical ran. So between $10,000 and $12,000, but it does depend on what bed I can find.
So it looks like still unsure on timing. So if you had to gut feel, what would you think your timing might be? And I know it's a crapshoot.
It really is, but, you know, probably within a month, I can find one. I have a tech that works out of Oklahoma City. He services all of Oklahoma. He comes to me in Texas whenever I need to bring a tech in. He works all over Missouri, Arkansas. I send a text to that tech and tell him, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to spend. He starts looking. I have another tech that works on the other side of Dallas in the Fort Worth area. He services all the way down to the Texas coast. So I have a couple of options, and those are my go-tos whenever I need a bed. I want them to make sure that it works. I want them to check it out, and they're going to be the ones to install it. I can't install them. My husband can go and fetch one for me, but he can't install it for me.
So I didn't see the actual application. Was there a specific dollar amount that you requested on it?
Here's all of these added.
So you
So 3, 4, 5.
you need to expand with the beds, but in doing so, you need to expand your electrical
I have
and
to
cooling
have the electrical
capacity.
to run it, and I have to have the air conditioning to add to it. I can't just add a bed in there. It won't run.
Yeah,
We produce too much heat with those beds. The bed will air out after a few sessions.
yeah.
It's not going to run 20 people a day through it unless I add the air conditioning to that room.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you have the demand, you have the interest, you have people wanting to come and use your beds, but you really can't generate enough revenue with your limited capacity.
Can't increase right now without adding another bed. We're at capacity. Our first year in business, we run 34 a day. Our second year in business, we ran 50 a day. This year, we're running 60 a day. I'm at capacity. I'm having to tell people, no, I can't sell you turbo tans. They don't want to use the 15-minute bed, especially if they have back problems. They can't get out of the 15-minute bed. It's curved, and it's too hard to get out of. They can't get out of it.
They're gonna get awful brown.
They prefer it. Those 12-minute lay-down beds is what they prefer. So. Brown's not a bad color, just saying.
No, I like brown.
Anything else?
I do too.
I just don't want you to
You
get
just see all the
crispy.
numbers.
All right, so my thought is 80% not to exceed over $10,000.
And it's reimbursed, so she'll spend it, bringing her receipts on.
I'll ask you. Does that get you where you need to get?
Because I'm fixing to spend $3,000 on new bulbs for the whole building. So that takes up a lot of my spending money. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna call you out, GW. Yeah. I'll call you out. I would call our banker out, but he doesn't really know the difference between 10 and 30-year treasuries. After this session,
Are you confident that you could do it for 12,000?
Yes. 100%. I have enough techs in my Rolodex that I'll find a bed in budget.
Thinking was 12.
just simply not to exceed it.
Mm-hmm.
Julia? Right.
I'm with Jeff. I mean, 12,000. When you think about all the usage, I mean, and she has the tech. She's got the experience. I'm thinking, if she's telling us 12,000 and she doesn't want to get something that's gonna break within the year either, which nothing's guaranteed.
No,
But
nothing's guaranteed, but I trust my techs.
right.
So you sell
I'm not
the,
the one. I'm not the one checking the bed. My tech is.
Mhm.
I'm not. I trust them.
Can I get a commitment from this board that they'll all sign up for tan?
You'd be surprised how many people tan with me, Mark.
Oh, I
that's
know.
confidential.
It sure is. Sure is.
I am.
But you can walk through the town and you can pretty much tell.
All right, then what we'll do, you good with it?
Julia.
All right, then I'm good with it as well. So not to exceed $12,000, period. You good with that?
Yep, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Second.
You're good.
Samantha, can I have one more question? Did you sell that did you say that you were gonna get rid of one of the beds?
My 15-minute bed, I'm going to pull out and probably put in storage for a little bit
Oh, okay.
for future expansion.
Take it to Mark's house.
Or he's got a building here now, right?
He'll probably
We'll
give
see.
you.
We can find a space for it, Mark. Come on.
No, thank you.
You have to roll over and then you have to climb out.
Oh, no.
It's not the most
Lord,
luxurious to climb out of.
I'm visualizing that right now.
Yeah, I am
It's
too.
not pretty.
Can we, let's move on to the next.
Thank you. Action item, consider and act upon approval of application by Melissa Davis doing business as Big Dog Sports and Collectibles for graduated rental assistance.
Questions?
Yeah, first of all, I'm fired up that your business is doing that well. That's awesome. I can't tell you how many cards I have. I've got O.J. Simpson's rookie card, the whole deal. I just need to come dump it on you and say, go get them. You know, there's a bunch. But they don't put chewing gum in them anymore, so I don't,
Oh,
I
no.
don't buy them anymore.
But about all the boys in the town came in and chewed the ones we had,
Yeah.
and they from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they did.
I have never officially been introduced to you two, and all I've heard is great things about you. And you're on the square, which obviously bodes very well for us. And just like her just being off the square, you're actually on the square, and I think that's awesome. And I like the fact that you took this project on as well, and that you are as successful as you are. But you come with highly recommended as far as people that know you in the community, and very good people, and so I just wanted to pass that on because I haven't ever had a chance to meet you, and I probably should have gone in there, but my problem is the last thing I need to be doing is buying more as opposed to selling.
Just come
something.
see it. Just walk in and check it out.
Well, I
Yeah.
talked to Pastor Pepper, and he actually came and toured it, and he said it was really nice. He did, so it's Pastor. I mean, it's got to be good.
I went into their old one a few times, and I enjoyed going in there.
Did
So,
you?
and I plan on going to the new one pretty soon. So,
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to do the same thing, I guess. I only partake at the restaurants typically, I guess, around town. But anyway, I wanted to just tell you that I've heard lots of good things about you too. It's very nice to have you here in the community, and very nice to have you staying on the square as well. So I don't really have any questions. Does anybody else have any questions? So as far as rental assistance, what are we talking about as far as what
Whatever was
you
in there.
requested?
I think it says
Yeah, I thought it was
1400.
like half the $6 grand a year.
$6,000 a year.
So there's multiple ways we can do rental assistance as well, so, I mean, what would be the easiest or best for you?
You can do a quarter, half, 3/4. You can do it that order or 3/4 half. You can do it for a year or
Doesn't matter to us, yeah.
Or just
We
have
are
it.
flexible.
Yeah, whatever you think.
And it's how much again a month?
No, it's our total rent, or what are you at, what
What's
we're
it?
asking?
The monthly
Full
rent.
amount.
1,400.
You're asking,
That's our full amount. We're not asking for, we're
1,400,
paying
we're
14,
asking
we're asking for
500.
And it's
500.
1,412 or 18 months.
We signed a
2
2-year
years.
deal that we then can option, we have the option to continue.
So, but is the 1,400, that's monthly?
Monthly.
Mhm.
And that's a firm 2-year lease at that price.
Yes, sir.
But they're only asking for 500.
Yeah, we're asking for 500
Yeah.
from the, yeah, from the city.
Yeah.
I'll do that on that one.
Yeah.
And if there's
Well,
a higher amount, we would ask for that, but I think otherwise.
Y'all can decide.
You can decide what you want to do. They have the power to do that.
So, calculate for me real quick, banker. What would 518 months?
It's
It's
9,000.
doubling, we're doubling our rent from where we're coming from.
What's that?
That's,
9,500 for 18 months.
So, 50% of that would be,
It's 4,500.
I'm game, since they're on the square, they're having to do the work, I'm game for 18 months at 50%.
50% of the rent,
Yeah.
Of the
which is 700
1400.
a month. Y'all don't want that, do you?
Sounds like a better deal.
yes, that's a better,
Yes.
that would be a better
Yeah.
deal. So
I was
that would-
checking
yes.
your mask.
Yeah, that's what I was.
12.6.
I was sitting there going,
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
50%, 18 months?
Yep.
Your thoughts?
I'm okay with it. I really wanted to make a comment. I love the idea about you bringing in, you know, shin guards, mouth guards, stuff like that, because we play every sport now, and it's,
yeah,
you know, when you forget something and you have to go all the way.
we've
And-
done that 3 times.
And another idea that we ran into with baseball is if you would carry the jewelry that now these boys are wanting to wear, because you cannot find it unless they come and sell, like on the Square Country Fest, which I know the lady's coming, Kathy, Saturday. She's going to come in case Lawrence wants the necklaces that now these boys are wanting to wear.
Don't call it jewelry.
Yeah, we'll have space for all
Yeah.
kinds of things now.
I don't know what they're called.
The necklace?
Jewelry. It's jewelry.
Yeah,
Oh, we got room for
The
that.
boys are wanting
It's called
jewelry.
man
It's
bling.
it's called drip, by the way. Drip.
that's cool. Never,
But I love it. I love y'all's idea. Yeah.
Well, I'll
yeah,
make.
I just had no idea people had to drive, I mean, just for little things like that, so.
I need a motion, 50% for 18 months.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all.
Thank
That was-
you. Yep, thank
We
you.
never asked before, so we didn't know.
Thank you for staying on the square, and thank you for your business, and thank you for being good stewards of the community. We appreciate that.
My first job was in a baseball card shop.
Was it really?
And like all 10 or 11-year-old kids, I asked the boss, well, can you just pay me in cards? I thought I was really getting one over on the guy.
We still have
So,
to,
We have
yeah.
kids that do that.
So that's
Still.
I didn't realize that's probably a pretty successful model, you know.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Hunter,
And I cared a lot about that.
Oh, I can see Hunter doing that.
Hunter Long is 9, and he will work for cards.
Yeah.
And that kid
Well, we
is.
don't do that, 'cause I'm sure there's a problem with that, but we just give them free cards. We like it.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right. Kathy has baseball pictures tonight, so we got to rock and roll. Consider and act upon approval of board officers for the upcoming year. Current officers: Mark Saxon, President; Julia Munoz, Vice President; and Jeff Burns, Secretary. Any discussion?
I'm good with all of them.
Yeah. Can I make a motion?
I reckon you can.
I'll make a motion to approve as written.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Board member reports and discussion. 25-26 budget, MHS planning, Geo frame.
I'll be sending out a proposed budget probably this next month for y'all to consider. And we can just approve it at the following meeting. Well, we need to have it by what, June? July.
They'll final July, and we'll discuss it May, make changes in June, and then they'll do July.
Okay, so that's the timeline on that. On the MHS planning, we're signing council will approve an engagement with them to go ahead and begin the design work on Little Creek Park on Monday night. And so at the same time, they are going to start being engaged to do the NICS grant for phase 2 of Little Creek Park. And they're doing this under the advice of the Texas Parks and Wildlife lady that came up here and said, y'all need to go ahead and apply for it because you'll get it. And so that one actually deals with the amphitheater and all of that. So, and the restrooms. So we'll probably have 2 construction projects going on in the park at the same time, starting late next year. So that's rocking and rolling, going really good. The last thing, and one of the more important things, is that tomorrow at 10 o'clock, the Industrial Foundation quarterly meeting will be at Alliance Bank, and the principals, the president, and the CEO from Geoframe Energy will be presenting about the Geoframe Energy project. And EDC and council have been invited, maybe standing room only, Jeff.
Yes, I have a feeling it will be.
Yeah, I have there's a few other guests that I've encouraged to attend. So it'll be an extremely informative presentation. So encourage y'all to be there if you can. That's it.
I'm gonna go completely off script, and I don't care what you say, Kathy. We have got great things happening in this city. We really do. It's unbelievable, and I'm just gonna say on the record, Kathy, and I want this on the record, Craig is doing a fantastic job. He is a stud. He's the Otana of the Dodgers. He's the Otana of the Dodgers. I'm excited about everything.
I'm gonna get some drip if you keep saying that.
I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna have to have some
I'm
drip.
excited. And I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to call out the celebrity in our room, the star baseball player right back there. What is his name? Isaac Munoz. You're the man, baby. You look great. Thanks for attending. You're awesome. I am looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Get to your baseball pictures, Kathy. Yes, ma'am. Good to see you, Isaac. You look great in that baseball uniform, buddy.
He does, doesn't he?
Yes, sir, he does.
Hey, we're gonna be at the shop in the next 5 minutes. Just want to hope they're headed and see it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.